my advice is always the same. Focus on a small number of projects that you know well, and if you know that the project is going to survive, and you can tolerate the risk, by all means. But understand that tomorrow the market may go down even further. It may go up, it may go down. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. But longer term horizon, the industry is staying. The industry is not going away. There's more apps being developed. There's more people in the industry. So the industry is going to get bigger if you look at 5, 10, 20-year horizon. And it's very hard to predict the future, but historically, we've seen very accurate 4-year cycles. But there's also many things in the world that are 4 years. The Bitcoin halving is every 4 years. The United President's election is every 4 years. The stock market goes through a 4-year cycle as well, if you look at it historically. So it doesn't mean that the next cycle will be exactly 4 years. But I think there is a pretty decent probability that might happen. But if you look at all the other different things that you just mentioned, that you said are different, the inflation, the war, everything else, those things should really help the crypto industry. Those things should really push people to want, the inflation should push people to want to hold a limited supply asset. So the war and the more the world is divided, the more that Bitcoin is a very global currency that actually shines. So the more those issues happen, the more people should need, the advantages of crypto blockchain is actually more clear. So yeah, to be honest, to be very frank, I was kind of surprised that Bitcoin only made an all-time high at 68,000. I thought it was going to go much higher, but again, I was wrong. So I'm never good at predictions. But all of those things, in theory, should help crypto. But the fact that right now we're going through a winter is kind of surprising to me. But again, no one can predict markets. I can't. But logics do work in the long run. So that's my experience. Hey, I think we're going to be totally okay. There are a group of people, there are a very large group of people that I know that is not going away. So there are some new investors that get shocked, surprised, fear, and they go away for a while. But pretty much of all the people I know who are here since 2017, those guys is going to stay. And as a business, I would recommend most businesses have at least 10 years of runway, 10 years of cash if they have zero income. Very few traditional companies can achieve that. But in the blockchain world, it's actually not that hard to achieve. Binance, we have like the Binance coin is about $40 billion market cap. We have the team portion we never used, and we do commit to burn that. But we also have income. Like even the team portion was double-digit $1 billion. So most crypto companies sit on this. If they manage well, they could be sitting on this really large cash reserve. So and even if we don't touch that, we actually still, that aside, we actually still have very healthy reserves that will last us many years. So they are, and also in the crypto business, there are very clear, very simple business models. You should have revenue, and because we're dealing with crypto money, we're dealing with this industry. It's actually not difficult for good businesses to make money. So I think just sustainability-wise, many businesses in this industry can sustain for a very, very long time. I'm not too worried about it. So I think crypto is a technology that can increase the freedom of money for billions of people around the world. And throughout history, anytime we can increase the freedom of something without sacrificing other aspects, security, compliance, ease of use, fees, etc. If we can increase the freedom of something, our civilization advances. So if you look at freedom of speech in some countries only today, freedom of press, again, only in some countries, freedom of information, freedom of education, freedom from slavery. Anytime those things happen, and those things happen over a number of years, they all didn't just happen like that. They all took multiple decades or even centuries for those changes to come. But when those things happen, our civilization advanced. So today we have the new technology for money that can significantly increase freedom. Today our money is not that free. Like even after you pay all your taxes, if you like, say you're an entrepreneur in China. In China, if you move more than $50,000 US dollars out of China in any given year, that's called money laundering. So if you're a successful entrepreneur in China and you want to buy an apartment in Paris, guess what? You won't be able to move the money legally. This is your after-tax money. So that we don't have the level of freedom there. So I do think this technology will enhance our freedom of money. And in Africa, 89% of people don't have access to banking. So they are stuck with using some really archaic methods of finances. So I do think this is a really, really meaningful thing for us to do. And at the same time, we want to stay 100% compliant. We don't want to cause any trouble. We don't want to decrease security aspects. So we need to maintain those aspects and increase the freedom. For me, I think this is, for me personally, this is the most meaningful thing I could be doing with my life. So, and I feel very fortunate. I feel very lucky to be in a position to make an impact like this. If I think about everything else that I could be doing, nothing had this level of impact. So being lucky enough to be in a position where I can make this type of impact is hugely rewarding. And this comes back to, I fundamentally think that we're genetically engineered to want to help others of the same kind. So if you look at animals, any animal that does not want to help this same kind, like their own species, they're usually not very competitive, and they usually don't last, and genetic evolution evolves them out. For humans, I think we are genetically engineered to want to help other humans. So we got to take care of ourselves first. So we got to become financially free, taking care of ourselves, etc. After that, the highest sense of fulfillment actually comes from helping others. So when we're able to help others, when I hear stories, hey, look, see, I become financially free because I was able to access crypto using your platform. That's such a strong sense of reward that I couldn't get anywhere else. This is much better than playing golf all day, drinking martinis, all of those things are still, once in a while still okay. But this is what makes me tick. So, and this is my life. So I wake up, this is what I'm supposed to do. And if I get tired, I take a nap. I wake up again, this is what I'm supposed to do with my life. So like we're all here persistently, consistently pushing forward. Sometimes a bit faster, sometimes a bit slower, depending on overall market conditions, macroeconomics and other factors. But we're all here. We're not going anywhere. We're just consistently and persistently pushing this industry forward. So I think 10, 20 years from now, 20 years from now, people will be using using blockchain, crypto, the way they use the internet without mentioning it. Today, I don't say like, hey, I'm going to use the internet to message you. We just use it, we just use it. There's many different applications on it. So I think 10, 20 years, we will get there. 10 years might still be a little bit tough, to be honest. Even if you look at the internet today, when we talk about video conferencing, sometimes still doesn't work that well. But I think eventually, like, people shouldn't be talking about blockchains. People shouldn't be talking about consensus, nodes, and all this other geeky stuff. People should be like, hey, I'm sending you some money. Hey, I'm doing a fundraising globally. I'm selling my art globally. I'm gonna hire a trainer, fitness trainer in the metaverse. All of those things should come naturally and without mentioning any technology. We will get there. It's just a matter of time.